Hi, my name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. It's travel day! Today we're at the Nez Perce National Historic Park, the heart of the monster site. What's interesting about it? Let's find out. The heart of the monster site is along Scenic Byway 12 in Idaho. It goes from Missoula over Lolo Pass all the way to Lewiston, Idaho, and then keeps heading west. Yeah, not that west, but that west. And it keeps heading west to all these fascinating historical sites. And as I was driving by off to visit my grandfather in Lewiston, I thought, you know, this is pretty interesting. I thought I'd bring you another fascinating American history location. So I'm going to take you to a few sites here. I'm just learning about it myself because every time I pass here it's always in the dark. Fortunately it's not. And let's find out what this place is like. Here is a quick snap of the map. Where am I? I'm at the heart of the monster here, right on the edge of the Nez Perce Indian Reservation. There's Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, Missoula, and then wherever the heck Lewiston is. So I'm getting pretty close to my destination, but just to give you an idea, all these Nez Perce locations, including Bear Paw Battlefield, are spread over an area of 100+ miles. So it's actually pretty fascinating. I'm just going to record this sign here for you. Hopefully it's not a violation of some rule, but hopefully not, just so you can get an idea. I know every time I see these signs, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be able to look that up later. Totally not the case. It's really, these national park signs and location signs are really pretty good to give you an idea what the place is like. And then here is a trail system, or just the description of the short walk to, oh boy, I can't even pronounce it, I'm sorry. It's in English, the heart of the monster, the place, the beginning for the Nez Perce people. They say that this mound is actually the beginning of, the Nez Perce believe that this is actually the heart shape is the beginning of the entire people. So it's actually quite fascinating to check out, to come to a location where it's a religious center for one of the major Native American tribes in America. And then you can check out the little Interpretive Center. You can go to the heart of the monster, a little native trail or nature trail there. Check that out, cool, right? Now, one thing about, let me turn the sign here, one thing about Native American culture sites is they're, oh, you can't even see my head. They're highly protected federal sites, so come here, enjoy, take some photographs, look around, but they absolutely do not disturb anything, don't take any rocks, metal detectors, I mean, nothing, just come to enjoy it because it is part of their cultural site, and you know, you don't be messing with it. In the National Park Service and the federal government, they take it pretty seriously, so definitely wander around, look, but if you find anything, just leave it where it is, and if you think it's pretty fascinating, report it to the authorities, because who knows, right? And so what we're going to do is walk along to the shelter just above the parking lot here. You'll see my truck, and we're going to walk to the end of this walkway here, and you'll get a good overview, and we'll listen to the Native American language and the heart of the monster story is all about. And I have no idea when I'm out of breath, but probably because I've been jogging around and driving all day from Wyoming over to Idaho. Whew. Jeez, but anytime I've got the opportunity as a motivational speaker, adventure, professional traveler, I always enjoy taking people to these sites because you never know what you learn. You might learn something new, learn about different people, place, the geography, expand your knowledge, maybe have fun. All right, here we are. So let me wind this out. So you'll see in this kiosk here, behind me, little story, and come around. You'll see the sign for the heart of the monster. Now to me, it's not really a monster, but if I was way back in the native days and a volcano started to rumble, I would definitely classify that as a monster, and that's just me. So let me set the tripod down so you can get a good, clean, stable shot. See, where are we? And that at a distance is the heart of the monster the remnant of the monster's heart frozen in stone. This is one of the coolest interpretive exhibits I've been to in a while, where they've got a sign talking about the story of the coyote and the monster, and how storytelling was important to the Nez Perce tribe, and as far as I've learned, all the native tribes, because they didn't really have not really a written language. I don't know how it all works, but storytelling is actually the most effective way to remember things, and stories have been passed down the line so often. But when you press this button right here, we'll actually get to listen to, I'm pointing up to something you can't see, but there's a speaker up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the microphone really close, and I'll zoom in on this thing so you can read the story of the monster and try and follow along in the Nez Perce language. This is pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to get this all set up here and see if you can zoom in. Okay, I'm going to change the quality of the video. Hang on.
Here is the beginning of the story of Coyote and the Monster, told in the Nez Perce language. It's a yaya Coyote swouts. It's a yayan kikam pankatskilkson. Kawakuna peanut so it kulahiyaku. Kitokan hipas. Konaitsa palan. Kemat kuisin patjuhnoi. Ito ein konya halalaitsa. Oikala latitalwin. Saya hiusi. Il swautsicnem wako hinaskus. Kawuatech watsu akusa. At katitokain akusaka. Wako atech inku kusa. Koniki tolaina. Iwignana. Kaman mapayi.
That is the story of the monster, and told by Coyote. The Coyote, let me put on my microphone, hang on real quick, so be tolerant of all the noise. That way it looks a little strange, but it's okay, you'll deal with it. Coyote in Fish Ladder was making tearing down falls so that there through the salmon will go upstream for the people to eat. There he is working when someone shouted to him, "For what in you are engaging yourself? All the people gone are. The monster already has done for them." So now I will stop doing this, because for the people I was doing it, and now I will also go. From there he went upstream, traveled by the Salmon River country. Cool, very cool. And we'll see over here the telling of the story sign. Whoa, hey, camera out of control. All right, check this out. I'll read this to you here. Oh, why is everything loose? Maybe my head's loose. That's probably what the case is. To the Nez Perce, telling stories. To the Nez Perce, their home landscape is alive with stories. Features like Heart of the Monster embody important myths, as if the earth itself were a language, filled with creatures who are at once animal, human, and spirit beings. In their tradition of storytelling, Titwatena-wit, the Nez Perce often use the terrain to teach lessons in moral behavior. In Nez Perce lore, even the mystical being Coyote has to learn from his mistakes. Heart of the Monster and other storytelling sites in this river valley continue to exert a powerful sense of story and place. Pretty fascinating, huh? Yeah, I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk back down the trail, connect on, and then I'll march over, see if I can find the other audio sites, just to give you an idea of the sense and scale of this place. So I've never been here, this is new for me, so let's go on and find out about it. Okay, a little bit of scaling issue. Let's see, where is it? So right here is the Heart of the Monster. I'm gonna take a walk out there. I mean, it's a super short walk. You can see the Heart of the Monster out there. It looks like a sitting on here, but a volcanic formation. But before I do that, I'm going to take you up to the Interpretive Center so we can actually read the sign and listen to the Nez Perce language. It's actually really fascinating. I mean, it looks like, to me, letters that don't even make sense to me, but I don't know the Nez Perce language, so you're gonna actually get to hear that language, and then hopefully we'll learn just a little bit about this site. It's really, I'm kind of excited. I'll just cruise along here, take a little walk around the monument, see if we can find out a little bit more info, become more educated about this location. Interestingly, there's a whole stand of trees that were either planted or just happen to grow in a circle. Sometimes trees actually do grow in a natural circle. I've seen that in the redwood forest, where when one tree dies, it creates what it's called a fairy ring. I don't know if this is it, because these are cottonwood, so it's a totally different creature here. Nice picnic benches. That's one thing, the Park Service really puts out some nice stuff. All right, I'm gonna turn around and show you what we got going here. Now it's a little icy and snowy, so hopefully I don't film myself eating it. Oh, hey, check it out. Cool, all right, so I'm gonna hook this up. I don't know what the audio level is like, so please have patience with me as I have patience with you. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the microphone good and loud, and hopefully it'll record okay. We'll find out what it's like. Or not. Oh, crud. Power out? Ah, crud. Urgh. Why, when I'm doing a video, is the power out in the box? Is there anything to turn this on thing with? Dang it, it's probably off season. Shoot. Okay, now I'm gonna have to look up the Nez Perce creation lesson. Or legend. Okay, I'm gonna turn the microphone back down because it's obviously way too loud. I'm gonna walk around the heart of the monster. And it's pretty icy and snowy for rattlesnakes, so no worries there. Sometimes things just don't work.
This is the story of its the coyote. And it's Roadside, the great monster, whose hardened heart lies in front of you. It happened many years ago, long before the people came, when only animals lived here. Once upon a time, Coyote was building a fish trap on the river when he learned that a great monster was eating all the animals. So Coyote set out to see what he could do. Along the way, he took a bath and dressed up to make himself tasty to the monster. Climbing up the ridges, he looked out over the land. Suddenly, he saw a great head. Mounting off into the distance loomed a huge body. Coyote had never seen anything like it. The monster could not see him because Coyote was painted brown like the swaying grass. Using rawhide ropes, Coyote tied himself to 3 mountains: Pilot Knob, Cottonwood Butte, and the 7 Devils. Then he called out to the monster, "You have already swallowed all the animals. Why don't you swallow me too, so I won't be lonely?" The monster did not know that Coyote carried with him a fire-making kit and 5 stone knives. So the monster inhaled like a mighty wind. He inhaled so hard that the ropes broke, and the coyote was carried right into his gaping mouth. Coyote looked around as he walked down the wide throat of the monster. Seeing many bones, he thought, "Many animals have been dying." Just then, Hohosnim, the grizzly bear, rushed at him, roaring and growling. Coyote said, "So, you make yourself scary only to me," and he kicked the bear on the nose. That is why the grizzly bear has a short nose. As Coyote continued along toward the heart of the monster, Wachpusnim, the rattlesnake, rattled at him threateningly. So, only toward me you are vicious, said Coyote. Then he stepped on the snake's head, making it flat. It is still that way today. As Coyote walked further along, the animals began to greet him. When he finally reached the heart, he cut slabs of fat from it for the animals to eat. Then he built a fire with the flints he had brought. The smoke drifted up through the monster's eyes, ears, and nose. With his stone knives, Coyote began slicing out the monster's heart. One by one, the knives began to break. But he kept on cutting. When his last knife broke, Coyote grabbed the heart and tore it loose with his bare hands. At that moment, the great monster died, and all the animals went out the openings of his body, according to Coyote's directions. Muskrat was the last to come out, and they all had to help him, as he was caught by the tail. That is why the muskrat has no hair on his tail to this day. Everyone helped to carve the monster into large pieces. Coyote threw the pieces outward in every direction. Where they landed, nations of people sprang up. Coyote named them the Cayuse, the Blackfeet, the Coeur d'Alenes, the Yakimos. When he finished, a fox came up and said, "What is the meaning of this, Coyote? You have used up the body of the monster and given it faraway lands. Is there nothing left for this place?" "Well," snorted Coyote, "why didn't you tell me this before? Bring me some water." Coyote then washed his bloody hands and sprinkled the drops on the ground here. From this ground came the people Coyote named the Nimipu, the Nez Perce Indians. The heart of the great monster, now turned to stone, still lies here to mark the place of their beginning.
That was cool. Now, let me reset my microphone. Hopefully the audio is livable. Hang on. That scared the heck out of me. Cool. All right. So obviously that it does work. I just had to hit the button a bunch of times, and I'm going to take us quickly around the heart of the monster. And it's starting to get pretty low in the sun. I've got to get back on the road, but let's go check out the heart of the monster. So, what did you think of the Nez Perce creation story? That was pretty fascinating. It sounds like Coyote ruled the land, absolutely. Because if you can kick a grizzly in the nose and make his nose flat and tell him what to do, you're pretty tough. So what we're going to do is I'm going to flip this around, and we're just going to walk around the heart of the monster. Now, that's one thing about Idaho, is it's a hugely volcanic region, and whether that comes from the super volcano hotspot in Yellowstone or what the deal is, but if you look at the maps of all the different volcanoes around the area, you'll actually see that there is a train of volcanoes that leads along from, widen this up here, a sequence of volcanoes that goes from Yellowstone and goes across Idaho and, I don't know, into Nevada or somewhere. But if you travel across Idaho, there's a huge amount of volcanic activity, whether it's basalt hexagonal stacks or whatever, and just stuff all over near the Idaho National Laboratory. There's just these huge lava plains. The Craters of the Moon National Monument, that's totally volcanic as well. Oh yeah, cool. So of course it's fenced off because they don't want people climbing on it, because it's a native, critical cultural site. And you might think to you it's just a pile of rocks, but to them it'd be like climbing on, I don't know, St. Peter's Basilica or something. So yeah, it's always good to respect other people's religions and their beliefs, because you'd want them to respect yours, right? So that was pretty cool. I was able to get that thing to play, and then check this out, walking around for you. I'll take a shot or two, a different angle, get a couple B-roll shots in here for the creation story, and we'll get out of here. This is cool. I like this. Thank you for joining me on this little tour of the heart of the monster site in Nez Perce, Indian country, in, where are we, central Idaho, near Lewiston, Idaho. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer, motivational speaker, and professional traveler. Just kidding. Bringing you to places just like this all across America and all around the world. My show, World Beyond, please enjoy it, as this is one of the shorts of World Beyond. Please like and comment on my video. Hit that little arrow below, click on there, and then add a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Please hit the subscribe button and the little bell to get an alert the next time a new video comes up. And support my my channel. Please support my channel on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. Links below to some of my #1 on Amazon books. Thank you very much for watching.